I miss you guys so much. I miss you too. When are you coming to visit?
I don't know yet. I need to build my business so I can.
Yeah.
Like before this.
But
Hey Lillian, how are you? Lillian, can you hear me? It's an important piece of this call. Okay, all right, well, lip reading. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get started here real quick. First of all, thank you for being here tonight. I say this every team call, but showing up, especially live on the team calls, is really, really important because one, it's free personal development for you. You know, I really try to make these calls worth your time. We're going to try and keep it around the 30-minute mark because we do have some people on the East Coast and way on the other side of the world in Canada. So we'll try to keep it nice and short here, but it's important that you show up to these because one, it's our only time to really connect. Yes, we've got the team page and that's helpful, but this is, you know, we only do these twice a month, and I think it's important to keep the momentum of our business up and going by looking at each other face to face and having conversations and having the opportunity to see each other. Because I think sometimes it feels like we can be a little bit on an island, right? So it's important that we come together during these moments. So I'm really proud that all of you guys are here. And we've got a couple of new faces. So for those of you who don't know me, I want to do a quick introduction. I don't think there's maybe only a couple, but my name is Marcelle. I am the team leader for Team Fit for Life and founder of the team. I started coaching a little, about 2.5 years ago. Actually, I think it's like 3 years in July or something. Man, how time flies. I am currently a 1-star diamond coach, and this is my full-time jam. This is what I do, and we've got a pretty big downline. I think, gosh, in the last almost 3 years that I have been a coach, I think we have probably about 1,200 coaches in the downline now. You can see how many faces really show up to the team calls. Granted, I don't have access to all 1,200 because we have coaches that have coaches that have coaches that have their own team pages. But 1,200 coaches is quite a bit if you think about the ripple effect of that. So that's me. I won't go through my whole story here, but I just want to introduce myself to some of the people that might not know me. So first of all, I want to say congratulations to Catherine and Raquel and Sarah who hit Success Club last month. I know there's a couple of you that were pretty close, but those were the 3 that went above and beyond in their Success Club points. And they're going to earn a little prize from me. So what I promised for the coaches that hit Success Club last month is that they would be getting a gift from me in terms of personal development. So basically, I'm going to send them a book that they can add to their library to help them grow their business and their mind and their hearts. So congratulations to you guys for hitting Success Club. Okay, let me get to my screen here. Okay, can I get a thumbs up from somebody if you can see that correctly? Yeah, I see a head nod. Okay, thanks, Emily. Okay, so we're going to talk tonight about the 4th vital behavior. This is a brand new concept. So some of you have been around for a while, but some of you are new. And so I want to talk about the 4th vital behavior that the company has implemented. But first, before we get into the meat and the potatoes, I want to talk about some May promotions here. Every month, we've got specials that go on. We have challenge packs for basically any program, but every month we have sales on some of them. So this month is the Shaun T month. We've got the Size and Shakeology challenge pack for $140. Can you make sure your microphone is on mute, everybody? We've got the Size Kickstart and Shakeology challenge pack, which includes a 3-day refresh and Sanity Max. Shakeology Challenge Pack, and Insanity Max with the Kickstart Challenge Pack. So those are all on sale this month. If you know anyone that absolutely adores Shanti as much as I do, or someone that is really into cardio and needs that dripping, pouring sweat, these are great programs. Size is a dance program. It is for specific people. I'm not a dancer. I don't do size, but there's a lot of people that love it. And then for the month of May, there is a Success Club prize. Now, the company gives away prizes in addition to, I give away prizes to my personally sponsored coaches as well. But the company is going to invite those who hit Success Club to a private webinar with Brian Tracy. He is a great personal development author and something you definitely don't want to miss out on. Okay, I need to do something real quick here, you guys. Hang on. Okay, sorry, I cannot see anyone's face here, and I really want to, because it feels really strange. So give me 1 second here. All right, there we go. Okay, Emily, can you see that? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to keep my screen like this because I want to be able to see some faces. It feels very awkward when okay, so I want to kind of start with a word for this year. And something I want you to kind of keep in your mind, keep in your heart as you go about your daily business building activities here, and that is growth. One of the things that is really important that I have learned in the past almost 3 years is that your business will only grow as much as you do. So that's why personal development in this business is so extremely important. And I've said this many times, but I didn't do personal development my first year, and my business stopped my first year, I'll be honest. I didn't think it was important. I didn't think it was necessary. I thought, what do I need personal development for? I'm pretty normal. I know what to do. But the truth is this type of job is something where you have to continue to learn. You absolutely have to, because you need to be able to hone in on the skills that maybe you didn't know were necessary in this business, because this is a self-made business, right? You don't have anyone telling you what to do. You don't have a boss necessarily. And so it's up to you to be able to learn what you need to know in order to grow your business. And sometimes we don't know what we don't know, right? Like when I started, I didn't know how to do so many things on social media, and I didn't know they were important. But as you start to get into your personal development, whether it's Beachbody related or outside of Beachbody, you will start to grow your own skills, which will allow you to put that into your business. And John Maxwell says that if you want to attract a 10, like if you're looking to attract coaches as you build your business, and you want to find that 1 out of 10 scaled coach, and you want a 10, right? You have to be a 10. Right? You can't be a 4 and attract 10. So if you want to build your business to a very successful level, you have to think success. You have to grow. Grow yourself and you'll attract your tribe. Basically what I just said, that you cannot expect to have high rolling, business building coaches. You can't wait for that magic coach that's going to build your entire business. You have to be that coach to attract that type of tribe. And personal development has taught me so much about that, about who I am and what I'm capable of, and things that I know I was capable of, and give me that confidence in myself to continue to push forward, because it does get hard in this business. Your business can grow quickly, but it definitely will not grow alone. I think it's easy to work on your own business and to just kind of have the blinders on when it comes to your business. But the truth is that if you want to grow your business to a successful level, then you're going to need a team. There's just no way around that, because you can't build your business primarily on commission, because you will get burnt out 100%. So having a team and having team cycle bonuses and growing that business is the only way you're going to get to that level. So again, the word for this year is growth. Growth in every avenue. Okay, so speaking of growth here, I put up this May team calendar because I wanted to kind of talk about, we're going to be talking about growth here, what kind of resources are available for you to grow your business? Because again, you can't do it alone. You need a team to not only help you grow your business, but you need a team to support you and guide you and mentor you and support you, right? So this is why I have the team calendars come out every month. I'm not always good about doing it on the first of every month. I usually get out in the first couple of days. But things like the National Wake Up Call, right? Those are another form of free personal development that the company puts together for us. You can listen to it either 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every Monday, or you can listen to it throughout the week on the replay line. But that is such an important piece of personal development because those coaches are handpicked. Those are successful coaches that have made their way in the business, that are offering us free information, free tips straight from their heart. So that's one way that you are able to grow. That's another form of personal development. Things like these calls, these Zoom calls, right? These are supposed to help kind of put those little nuggets in your mind. And so when you get off the call, you feel like maybe you have an action plan, or maybe it's helping you keep that momentum, that snowball rolling, right? Things like Coach Basics. For those of you that are new coaches that have gone through Coach Basics, that is part of growing. You can't get to this business without having that type of training. Let's see, the sneak peek. This is something that us as a team, I was hosting it on my own for a while, and now there's a bunch of leaders that are, their businesses are growing, and they are part of this, the sneak peek. And so we organize this sneak peek for you to be able to grow your business. So again, you don't have to do it alone. We have these opportunities and these resources available for you. So all you need to focus on is just bringing people in, and then the growth part, you know, we provide those platforms for that to happen. I added here the additional resources because I forgot to put that on the calendar because I had not set the date yet. And I can't plug it into this calendar that we're doing the entire thing. So we've got a Push to Emerald group and a Push to Diamond group. I totally have a misspelling on that. They're both May 9th. Push to Diamond is not May 8th. I wrote that quickly. I apologize. They are both May 9th. Okay, these are absolutely huge groups participating. Okay, I provide these for my entire downline. The Push to Emerald is a quick one, but it's meant to help you up to that next rank. Again, what are you doing? You're growing your business. These groups are designed to help you learn how to reach out to people, what to say, how to do it, how to have those conversations, right? So being a part of these push groups are super, super, duper, duper important resources to help you grow, okay? But like I said here, only you are responsible for your success, right? So I can provide, you know, these or your upline. And am I cutting out really bad? Yes. Yeah. Okay, hang on a sec, guys. Okay, let me know if this is better, Jennifer. I just got your message here. I have the worst service in my house. I apologize, you guys. Happened last week as well.
And even change rooms. Okay, so if I start to cut out, Renee, will you give me the because I can see your face the most right now. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Where was I? Oh, I can provide all of these resources. Your upline can provide all of these resources in these groups, but it's up to you to commit yourselves and put yourselves into these groups to see that growth, right? Because it's up to you with what you do with that information. Okay, let's get into the fourth vital behavior here. So as you probably know, some of you that are pretty new might not realize that at one point we had only 3 vital behaviors, and we have just recently added a 4th. So I wrote on the bottom here, vital equals crucial to survival, not a suggestion. The reason why I say that is because that's what vital means. Vital means crucial, right? So if the company is deciding that recognition, which is our new 4th vital behavior, is crucial, there's a reason for that. That means that if you are not doing these 4 behaviors, there will be no growth. Okay, going back to our word of the year. There will be no growth in your business if these see, bad habit. These 4 behaviors are not being done. So our first vital behavior is invite. We cannot have a thriving business, a growing business, if we're not inviting people to join us, whether that is challengers, whether that is coaches. But you have to be inviting people in. We cannot count on, simple Facebook posts that say, hey, guess what? I'm doing this, or I want you to be part of this. You have to physically send out personal invites for this to have some sort of meaning and success in your life. Number 2, product of a product. Now, you don't have to be perfect, right? You don't have to have a 6-pack abs. You don't have to be, your ideal weight to be a product of the product. You just have to be showing that it does work in some way. What does Shakeology do for you? Did you have headaches before? Did you have, digestive issues? Were you low on energy? Has Shakeology changed that for you? Or, have you had a serious transformation? Have you lost 10 pounds, 40 pounds, 50, whatever that is? What has the product done for you? How has it changed things in your life? And again, you don't have to be perfect about it. Should you be doing it every day? Probably, right? Because, well, for one, it feels good. And we, part of our job is taking care of ourselves. But it's important to show people that with integrity, you are promoting a product and a business that you believe in. And if you're not being product of the product, why would anyone else trust you to help them if you're not showing the satisfaction and the motivation and the passion for this, right? Personal development, we talked about that a little bit, but so important. I won't go into my same spiel I did before, but personal development, you can't grow without personal development because you can't change your business, you can't change your life if you can't change your mind, and that's what personal development does. And then into recognition. So we're going to go into what exactly does recognition mean? How do we do it? Who do we recognize? And what does it do for our business? Okay. So first of all, I want to talk about my husband. He works for Nike and they have a phenomenal, I like to call it recognition package or whatever, but he gets bonuses every year, bonuses that change a lot for us as a family financially, that have allowed us to pay off a lot of debt, that have allowed us to buy our first home, all the sort of things that you hope for. He also has stock options. And so those are things that the company provides so they can keep him happy, right? So he's not going to jump around to another company. They value him and they offer those things. So there's the ways that companies recognize, and with Beachbody, they do a fantastic way of recognizing of us as coaches. We've got Success Club trips. I've already been on 2 free trips with the company because I feel valued and I want to work for a free trip. We have monthly Success Club prizes, whether that's physical prizes, whether that's things like the webinars. They're adding value to our lives somehow. They have recognition. Beachbody does recognition in terms of the national wake-up call. They say our names, right? When we have a rank advancement, they let the whole network know and they recognize you. We also, as coaches, get bonuses, even as small as, a fast start bonus. When you sign a new coach at the same time that they sell a challenge pack, you get a small bonus that goes with that, right? Because that's something that is considered of added value to your business. We also have team cycle bonuses, of course. So when your team does well, the company pays us a bonus, right? That's where a lot of our residual income comes from. There's also bonuses when you get up to 2-star and above, where you start to get the real bonuses. We're talking, as a 2-star, you'll get about $1,000 every couple of months. As a 5-star, it could be $5,000 every couple of months, plus another additional $500. They call it a car allowance, but you can spend on whatever. And then you start getting up in the 10-star, and all of a sudden you're making additional $10,000 every 3 months. So these are serious bonuses. And these come out of the pocket of the company. This isn't coming out of anyone else's cut, right? This is the company valuing us, and that's a way that they recognize us. So I wrote here, what gets praised gets repeated, and what gets celebrated becomes a habit. Now, for those of you who have children, I want you to think about how this might affect, or how maybe you've used that in your life. So right now, I've got 7-year-old twins, and we deal a lot with some attitudes, right? and some situations, and working on getting chores done and being nice to each other. And I find that the more I praise and the more I celebrate, the more that behavior is repeated, which is great because that's what I want. So for example, Cece dropped a book the other day and Caleb bent down and picked it up and gave it to her. And I was like, I wanted to jump up and down because he's very rarely that nice to his sister. But I praised him and I said, that was a really, really kind thing to do. Thank you for doing that. And he kind of looked at me with a little smile and he was really proud of himself, right? We as humans want to be praised. We want to be encouraged. And in this business, having that duplication of what gets praised gets repeated. Duplication is the absolute key to this business, right? So as leaders, all of you that are on here, whether you have one coach or gosh, maybe you have 0 coaches, whatever, but in this business, you're considered leaders. You're leaders of your life. You're leaders of your business, right? So the company added this 4th vital behavior, recognition, because we all are leaders. Now the company recognizes us, but what about us as a team? How can we encourage each other more? And we need to make sure that we do this on a small level too. So let me find my notes here. Okay, so recognition, when it comes down to our team and to each other and to our challengers, you know, it really needs to be specific, not general. And I'll get into more examples about this, but I want to kind of plug these in here. But avoid saying things like, so-and-so did a great job, or, you know, nice work, lady, or blah, 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 whatever. But be specific about what we are really recognizing, because again, it's going to create a habit, right? Make sure it's genuine, not fake. We don't want to just hand out compliments just to feel like, you know, we're doing something right. It's kind of like if we, you know, being product to the product. You're not going to take a picture of yourself and pretend you're working out and then post it, not really work out, right? That doesn't seem to make any sense. Make sure it's earned, not given, because this is where you really start to create your own leaders in your team, is where they are working really hard and you recognize that, you praise them, and guess what? They keep doing it. That's what we all want in this business, is to have that community and make sure it's part of the team culture. So praising things like helping people and growing their business and supporting each other, it's getting late, each other, and praising, you know, what we do as entrepreneurs. So make sure it's definitely part of the team culture and it fits into what we're doing. Not just, you know, hey, Renee bought a great red shirt, woo! You know, that doesn't really fit in with our culture, really. Until I pick on Ray, because I can see her face the most right now. Okay. So let's talk about our challengers. Now, I'll tell you guys, as I'm preparing this presentation, I'm thinking, holy moly, I've got a lot of work to do, because here I am giving this presentation to you guys, and I'm thinking, I maybe haven't done this in a while, or I need to improve. So I want you to know you're not alone in this. So if you are starting to feel guilty that maybe you haven't done this, or you did and you haven't done it in a while, it's okay, right? I'm in the same boat. We all need to improve on this. But when it comes to our challengers are so important. They trust us, right? We sent them that message. We were so nervous to invite them. They said yes. We got Success Club points. They joined our challenge group. You got to carry through with it, right? We got to be their coach. We're not a salesperson, we're a coach. So look at your challengers that you might have in your challenge group. Who are the first ones to post in the morning? Who is the one that's always talking about their Shakeology and is dedicated to drinking it each day? Who is the one that posts consistently, shares recipes? For me, I've got a phenomenal challenge group where people encourage each other like crazy. It's almost self-led. Like, I have to find a way to get in there because they are constantly encouraging each other. And I'm like, this is sweet. But again, I'm not going to just let them do it all. It's my job as well. But recognize when people are doing these things, especially, I mean, I think it's obvious that when someone reaches a goal, we celebrate them in our challenge group, right? But let's not forget about the small things, like the actions and the habits that go into these challenge groups, such as posting, sharing, encouraging, right? Because not only do we want our challengers to have the very best results, but at some point, we would like them to, maybe join our tribe and be coaches with us because they're falling in love with the product just like we did. Coaches. And I wrote, even if you only have 1 to 2 coaches, it doesn't matter if you have 1 coach. Obviously, if they're a discount coach and they're not doing the business, maybe they're more in the challenger route. But if you even have just 1 to 2 coaches, still celebrate them. Start early. You can never start early enough. And ways that we can recognize the team is rank advancements. And it's important that we invest in the people that trusted us to help them build their business, right? We don't just sign people up and then let them go on their own. So it's important to notice these smaller things too. But the big ones are rank advancements, Success Club, when someone moves up the leadership ladder, maybe someone's personal volume, maybe there's a top recruiter for the week or for the month, someone who hit the Success Starter program, maybe even other achievements. They have their own personal goals, right? Maybe there's some fear that went around making a big post. And maybe you celebrate, hey, so-and-so just overcame her fear. She posted her before and after. I'm so proud of her. Whatever that may be. I don't really think that there is anything too small to celebrate because it takes a lot of guts to do this business and to put yourself out there. So it's important that we pay attention to the small things too here. So let's look at some of the ways that we can celebrate people. So recognizing coaches, kind of doing your leading coaches, or when you have rank advancements, or when, there's a picture of Raquel here when she was the Success Starter. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's when you hit Success Club 5 or above your first 3 months as a coach. And that's a big deal. That's a title in this company, is a Success Starter. And that also earns your free ticket to Summit. So big deal. But publicly, gosh, what's wrong with my marbles in my mouth? Publicly, you want to recognize them on Facebook, absolutely. And whatever platform they're comfortable with, right? Some people might not use their personal page to promote their business. I don't know many that don't, just because it is part of our life. But if you know someone that doesn't use their personal page, make sure you're aware of that. Maybe they only have a business page. But for me, I love to celebrate coaches on their personal page because you can tag them, right? So when you tag them, everybody on their friends list sees this recognition and sees like, holy cow, this guy or girl is really building their business and they're achieving success and they're hitting goals. And that really stirs up a lot of attention. And so either personal or business, make sure that you are recognizing people. And of course, in the team page. I mean, gosh, my first, point of recognition is to do it in the team page because we're here to celebrate each other. We are a team. We might have our individual businesses, but we are a team. And so we need to create that culture where we celebrate each other. You can also do it privately. You can send handwritten notes to coaches, little gifts. Like I said, I've got 3 coaches that hit Success Club last month, and they're going to receive a little gift from me. You don't always have to do that, but as your business grows, that's a nice thing to do. Sending voice messages, those go a long way. Just letting people know, like, hey, I think you're doing great, or good job on, hitting Success Club, or good job on getting your first customer, or you can send them an email. So it doesn't always have to be publicly. But on the bigger things, I would definitely suggest to do it publicly. Also, don't forget the small stuff, right? Even if someone sells their first challenge pack, that's kind of a big deal because, as you know, it can be kind of scary to start this business and take that first step. Maybe, when they sent their first couple of invites out, maybe they signed up their big coach, their first coach, and then maybe they did their first big scary post, their announcement or something. Now, these small things I would not do publicly on their Facebook page. This is all team stuff to kind of rally around each other. And what usually happens when someone's like, hey, I sent my first 3 invites out, or my first 5 or my first 10, I'm really nervous. A lot of people start chiming in. They're like, been there, done that. I know how you feel, but this is what worked for me. And it starts a lot of conversation and interaction too. And, whether you have your own team page or you're on, the Team Fit for Life page, it doesn't matter, but I think a lot of you are probably there's several of you that have your own team page, but that's what this Team Fit for Life page is for, is, add all your coaches so we can have that large engagement, okay? Okay, let's recognize our challengers. So again, I went through some examples, but I want to share with you something that I do in my challenge groups. Now, this allows you to recognize them in terms of creating a little bit of a competition, okay? So I love doing this because one, I can celebrate my challengers, but two, it really kind of fires up the ones that are competitive. This would work for me big time because I'm super competitive. But having people, one, you're going to create more engagement in your groups because of the competitiveness. But two, again, this allows you a platform to recognize people. So you, however you want to do it, you can keep track. You can have the challengers keep track on an honor system, but give them points for doing certain things. And at the end, give them, like I gave away a Shakeology tumbler, like the really nice thick ones, or T-shirt or something. You know, it doesn't have to be a major thing. I've even sent out a copy of the Compound Effect because it was a theme that we had going on in my challenge group, talking about the small daily steps it takes to reach a goal. And so you can do any sort of point system, but this is the one that I love the most because it has such a variety of things to do, and it helps your business too, especially if someone's referring a friend or they posted before and after. It helps you be able to promote your challenge groups. If anyone wants a copy of this, please let me know. I created this myself. I did post it in the team page, but it's been a while. I think I'll just add it to the team page in the photos, and you guys can grab it. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's talk about real quick, just kind of a recap, and then we'll go ahead and shut her down here. But why is recognition so important? Well, obviously, it's going to decrease that turnover, right? It's going to have you have coaches that don't cancel because recognition makes us feel good. Bottom line, it makes us feel valued. I know when somebody says, hey, I noticed that you did this, and I think it was really good. We all need that. I don't care if you're a team leader or a brand new coach or whatever. We all need to hear that, you know, we've done a good job, and it makes you want to stay, right? It improves that team culture of people just saying a bunch of super nice stuff to each other. Earned, not given, of course, but just creating that trust within each other too, and building those relationships, which builds that team culture. It improves the morale. Well, I mean, do you want to be in a team page where everyone's whining and venting and complaining? No. Save that for your conversation with your upline. Don't post those things in the team page. Post the, you know, the recognition stuff, the hey, good job stuff. Everyone feels a lot better when there's nice words floating around. It just improves your overall happiness, belonging, and again, your feeling of being valued. And belonging is a big part of this job. You know, we create our own community. I mean, I started with 0 coaches, and now we have over 1,200. You know, it's all started with one decision. And that's created a community of people. And I want everyone in this team to feel like they belong and they feel valued. And it's important for you to duplicate that in your own teams as you start to grow and build, because duplication is the key. And if you sign up these coaches and don't recognize them and don't make them feel valued, they're not going to stay very long, no matter how much they love the business. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and end there. All right. And then one last thing I wanted to mention. Hi, Amy. One last thing I wanted to mention. Summit is coming up. I say this every team call for a reason. And there's a ton of us going. Like, just in the house alone, I think we have 12. I know that there's a couple of brand new coaches that literally signed up for Summit like 2 days after they signed up as a coach. That's what you got to do. Summit is something that you don't want to miss. All right. This is something that we all do as a team. It doesn't matter if you're not my direct upline, downline, sorry. We're all there together as a team. And if you're worried about not knowing somebody or you're worried about not having a place to stay, don't worry. We'll help you figure that out. There are a couple of spots left in our big house, but also other coaches, and there's hotel rooms. And so this is an opportunity for you to grow your business. This is where those aha moments happen. And this is where I feel like when you go to Summit, you realize that it's closer than you think, right? You might hear like, oh, get to Diamond or build your business or hit 5-star, whatever. And you feel like, yeah, that's for those people. My experience that when I got to Summit, it was like, oh, I can do this? that's attainable? Okay. I mean, I heard an example from Jimmy Nelson. If you guys don't know Coach Jimmy, you've got to know him. Nicole, I don't know if you watched that video I sent you, but this is the guy I'm talking about. But he was talking about having water at the back of the room. And someone's saying, hey, there's water in the back of the room. If you don't ever want to be thirsty again, grab that water. Oh, it's just right there. Okay, I'll walk over and grab it. It's the same sort of concept. Whereas it's right there, but you may not realize how close it is, right? Until someone points it out to you. And that's what Summit did for me. So there is a wait list for Summit, but 9 times out of 10, they take everybody off the wait list. It's kind of like in waves. So don't let that scare you. But I highly suggest you go to Summit. If you have questions, ask your direct upline. If I am your upline, ask me. Okay. All right, you guys. I will go ahead and sign off, but is there any questions or anything anyone wants to add before we get going? Except Amy's big old smile. I love it. I love getting off of the PowerPoint and then all of a sudden seeing all these faces that popped on when I was talking. It's so fun. All right, you guys, this recording will be available for you later. If you have any questions, contact your upline. Otherwise, have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.